Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in US history, the 1976 Washington quarter with a Denver mint mark, and why some versions of this coin are now selling for insane prices. Let's start with a little background. In 1976, to celebrate the United States bicentennial, that's 200 years of independence, the U.S. Mint released a special quarter. It featured the familiar face of George Washington on the front, but the back was changed to a colonial drummer, making it a standout among quarters. This special edition quarter was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; San Francisco, S; and Denver, D. Here's where it gets interesting. Most 1976 D quarters are worth between 25 cents and $5 depending on condition, but a rare few are worth thousands, even up to $1.8 million. So, what makes a 1976 D quarter worth that kind of money? Like double strikes, off-centers, or planchet flaws? Wrong. Planchet coins or silver-clad versions in circulation, coins graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can bring massive premium. Scarcity plus demand equals skyrocketing value. In fact, a nearly flawless, rare mint error 1976 D quarter recently made headlines for fetching a staggering $1.8 million at auction. Here's what to look for in your 1976 D quarter. Check the mint mark. Look just below the wreath on the obverse front. For the D mint mark, no mint mark? That's from Philly, still worth checking, but not our focus today. Examine the reverse. Design must feature the drummer boy. Inspect condition. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look for sharp edges, strong strike, no wear. Coins in mint state are top earners. Look for errors, misprints, doubling of the date or letters, or anything that looks odd. These could mean huge value. Weigh the coin. Normal clad quarter equals 5.67 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could mean it was struck on the wrong planchet, which can be rare and valuable. Here's your step-by-step plan. This can destroy value. Use a soft cloth or coin flip. Contact PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Heritage auctions, Stacksbowers, or Great Collections. You might also join online collector forums or visit coin shows near you. You'd be surprised how many collectors are searching for coins like yours. Let's look at some recent sales. Sold for $6,463, over $35,000, nearly $1.80 million. Just imagine. You could have one of these sitting in your home right now. Call to action. So now it's your turn. Dig through your old jars, coin books, and sock drawers. The 1976 D Washington quarter could be your hidden treasure. Hey there, coin lovers and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a simple 25-cent coin from 1976 could make you a millionaire today? Yes, a quarter worth up to $1.5 million. The 1976 Washington quarter, also known as the bicentennial quarter, was made to celebrate 200 years of American independence. It features a special drummer boy design on the reverse and the dual date 1776 to 1976 on the front. But here's the twist. Some of these coins, especially those with NO mint mark, have become insanely valuable. One even sold at auction for $1.5 million. All right, let's break it down so you can check your own coins at home. 1776, 1976, no mint mark under Washington's head. This means it was made in Philadelphia. Uncirculated or in mint condition, the highest values go to coins that have never been used. Rare die errors or unique strike patterns. These are what make a normal coin worth thousands or millions. If your coin has these characteristics, it might be time to celebrate. You might wonder, why would anyone pay millions for a quarter? The answer is rarity plus condition plus collector demand. The most expensive 1976 no mint mark quarter was graded MS68+. That's an incredibly high-quality strike. Less than a handful exist in that condition. Add in an auction with aggressive bidders and boom, $1.5 million. Now, this part's especially for my viewers in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and up. If you've got old coins passed down from parents or grandparents, or maybe you have a jar of coins sitting in the garage or attic, go check them. You might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Here's what to do if you think you've got a valuable one. Use a magnifying glass. Look for clear details and no mint mark. Compare with photos online. Pay attention to wear and strike quality. Weigh the coin. It should be about 5.67 grams. Check for errors, double strikes, off-centers, or die cracks are valuable. Get it professionally graded. PCGS or NGC are the two trusted grading companies. You'll need to ship your coin in for grading, but trust me, it's worth it if you think it's rare. If your 1976 no mint mark quarter is in average condition, it's probably worth face value. But a nice uncirculated one can sell $4, $20, $200. The high-grade MS 66 can go $4 1, 000 plus MS 68 or higher, $10,000 to over $1 million depending on condition and demand. Even if yours isn't the $1 million version, it could still be a solid payday. eBay, Heritage Auctions certified coin shops great for meeting collectors in person, especially if you're selling a collection. Always get multiple offers, and never clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy the value. I've met so many people in their 50s and 60s who found treasure in their sock drawer. Don't assume your old coins are junk. Check every quarter from 1976. Look for no mint mark. Pay attention to quality and errors. Get it graded. Sell smart. And don't rush the process. Coins like this are rare, but they do show up in real collections. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below if you've got any old coins you want to ask about. You might just be sitting on your retirement fund. We're talking about a 1979 Washington quarter from the Denver Mint. Yes, the one with a little D under the date, that recently shocked collectors by selling for $1.5 million. That's right, one tiny coin, just 25 cents face value, now worth enough to buy a house, a car, and still have money left for a vacation. I'll explain why this coin is so rare, how to identify if you have one like it, and how much your own 1979 D quarter could be worth today. So, grab your coin jar. You don't want to miss this. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to celebrate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1979, millions of quarters were being produced every year, and the D mint mark indicates it was made at the Denver Mint. Over 489 million coins. With so many made, you're probably wondering, how can one be worth over $1 million? Great question. Most 1979 D quarters are only worth their face value, 25 cents. But some have extraordinary features that set them apart, especially among coin collectors and numismatic experts. Double dies, off-center strikes MS 67 or above, mint state, clear lines in Washington's hair and eagle's feathers, no scratches, or wear. The $1.5 million quarter. It was a rare error coin, perfectly preserved in near-pristine condition, and authenticated by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. This particular quarter was graded MS68 with a rare die variety and sold at a high-end auction. Collectors were blown away by the flawless strike, intense luster, and its rare error, a double die reverse that made it stand out. These types of coins don't come around often, but it only takes one to change your life. And yes, regular people have found coins like this in their pocket change or old family collections. Okay, let's get real. Not every 1979 D quarter is worth $1.5 million. But here's a rough value guide based on condition and rarity. 25 cents, $1, $5, $50, $100 1, $500 plus $500 50, 000 plus up to $1.50 million. The real money is in condition and rarity. If your coin looks untouched and has strange marks or doubling, it's worth a closer look. Here's what to do if you think your quarter is valuable. Examine under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Check for mint errors like doubling, off-center strike, missing details that can destroy value. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Consult with auction houses or dealers for appraisals. Professional grading costs a bit upfront. Have you checked your old coins lately? Because one common-looking quarter from 1995 with a small D under the date could be worth up to $1.6 million. Or at least, that's what the rumors say. But is it really true? And how do you know if your coin is valuable? Today, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about the 1995 D Washington quarter, how to spot rare varieties, what collectors are actually paying right now, and whether it's worth holding on to or cashing in. Let's start with the basics. The 1995 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, hence the small d below the year. Over 1.1 billion of these quarters were produced. That means in most cases, they're only worth face value, 25 cents. But a tiny percentage were struck with errors or in unusually perfect condition, and that's where the big money comes in. So where does this $1.6 million claim come from? Let's break that down. You've probably seen videos or articles online saying a 1995 D quarter sold for $1.6 million. Here's the truth. So far, no public auction has confirmed a sale at that amount. Most of these headlines are clickbait, designed to grab attention, though there are examples of 1995 D quarters selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the right condition. So let's look at what actually makes a coin valuable. Mint errors. Some 1995 D quarters were struck off-center, double die obverse, that means doubled images on the front, or with misaligned dies. These minting mistakes are rare, and collectors love them. High-grade condition. If your coin looks brand new, no scratches, no wear, maybe it never left a mint roll, it could grade as MS67 or higher. One 1995 D quarter graded MS68 sold for over $1,500. Certified by a grading company, having your coin graded and slabbed by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC can skyrocket its value. Raw coins are hard to sell for top dollar. $0.25, $1, $5.40. $1.50 up to $2, $0.00, $500, $3, $0.00 plus depending on rarity. That's a far cry from $1.6 million, but still not bad for a quarter. Here's a quick checklist to see if your 1995 D quarter is worth more than 25 cents. Look for the D under the date check for doubling, off-center strike, or unusual marks. Compare it to online photos or auction listings. Get it appraised or graded if it looks promising. And remember, coins found in circulation will usually be worn, which lowers their value. Here's what to do next. Research recent sales on sites like eBay or heritage auctions. Visit a local coin dealer for an initial opinion. Submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Avoid cleaning it. That can destroy the value. And don't rush to sell. We're talking about a coin that's been making major waves online. The 2021 P Washington quarter. Yes, the one with the P mint marked. Is it really worth $1.7 million? Or is this just another online rumor? Stick with me. I'll give you the real facts, how to spot valuable versions, and what to look for if you want to sell your old coins for serious cash. Close-up of 2021 P quarter, minting process, historical Washington quarters. The 2021 Washington quarter features General George Washington on the front, just like you've seen since 1932. But the back shows the final coin in the America the Beautiful series, Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site in Alabama. The P mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. In 2021, hundreds of millions were produced, so by itself, the average quarter isn't rare. But here's where it gets interesting. Screenshots of eBay listings, news articles, TikTok videos hyping coin value. You might have seen claims that a 2021 P quarter sold for $1.7 million. Let me clear that up. There's no verified auction or private sale at that price. Many of these headlines are clickbait, often from people listing coins on eBay at outrageous prices hoping to snag an uninformed buyer. That's not the real market value. So don't get fooled. Microscope view of coin errors, die cracks, double dies, minting flaws. That said, there are 2021 P quarters worth much more than face value if they have specific minting errors. Die cracks or die breaks, double die obverse or reverse, doubling in the words or date, struck through errors like grease or cloth imprints, off-center strikes or broad strikes. Some of these error coins have sold for $100 to $300, and in very rare, high-grade cases, even over $500. Coins graded MS67 or MS68 by PCGS or NGC are where the real value comes in. Magnifying glass, coin scale, PCGS website screenshots to check if your 2021 P quarter is valuable. Inspect it under magnification for odd marks or doubling. Weigh it. Standard weight should be around 5.67 grams. Anything off could be an error. Compare with images online from PCGS or errorref.com. If it looks promising, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Never clean your coin. It destroys the value. Could a simple quarter in your change jar be worth $1.7 million? Today, we're diving into the story of the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin that's got collectors talking. Hi everyone, and welcome back to your channel name, the channel where we uncover the hidden value in your pocket change. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and thinking of selling old coins, this video is a must-watch. Because today, we're talking about one coin that might just change your life. Let's start with the basics. The 1998 Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia. That's what the little P mark stands for. Over 896 million of these were made. So, how on earth could one be worth $1.7 million? Well, it all comes down to a rare type of error, condition, and a whole lot of collector demand. Most 1998 quarters are worth exactly 25 cents. But a small number, extremely rare ones, have skyrocketed in value. This headline-grabbing $1.7 million valuation is tied to a unique variety of the 1998 P quarter that was struck on the experimental planchet used for the following year's state quarters. These are coins that were accidentally made using different materials either from the 1999 state quarter prototypes or with errors in the minting process. In short, this isn't your average quarter. It's an experimental transitional error coin, and fewer than a handful are known to exist. Now let's talk about how you can identify if you have one of these rare coins. Here are the signs to look for. Located right next to Washington's ponytail. Some experimental planchets look more like dollar coins, slightly golden or off silver. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. These rare ones might be slightly off. Look for unusually sharp or blurry details, indicating it was struck on the wrong planchet. Some have partial missing outer layers. Use a coin scale and magnifying glass. And if it feels off, it's worth getting it looked at. Not every 1998 P quarter is worth $1 million, far from it. Here's a breakdown: 25 cents to $1, $5 to $20, $50 to $500. Experimental planchet or confirmed transitional errors, $10,000 to over $1 million depending on condition and certification. Always check with a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC before selling anything that looks valuable. If you think you've got something rare, here's what you do. Don't clean the coin. Handle it by the edges. Get it appraised or graded by a pro. Avoid pawn shops. Go to coin dealers or sell at auctions. Websites like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay for smaller finds are great places to start. This coin is a reminder that not all treasure is buried. Some of it's jingling in your pocket or sitting in your old change jar. While the $1.7 million quarter is extremely rare, you never know what you might find. B-roll of someone searching through change, smiling. So take a few minutes to check your quarters, especially those from 1998 with a P Mint mark. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might have a hidden gem at home. Subscribe for more coin collecting tips, rare coin values, and how to sell smart. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. If you've got a jar of old coins lying around, you might want to grab a magnifying glass, because one rare 1984 D Washington quarter could be worth up to $1.30 million today. Yes, you heard that right. In this video, I'll show you why this coin is so valuable, how to spot it, and what makes it rare. Stick around until the end. I'll also tell you how to sell one if you're lucky enough to have it. Let's start with the basics. The 1984 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver. It features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the front, also known as the obverse, and the eagle on the reverse. But here's the kicker. Most 1984 D quarters are only worth face value. That's right, 25 cents. So why are we talking about a coin that could fetch over $1 million? It all comes down to rare minting errors and extremely high grades. Now, the $1.3 million price tag. That's based on an extremely rare error coin or a perfect condition coin graded MS 68 or higher. That's mint state in coin grading terms. This means the coin is virtually flawless. No scratches, no wear, and struck perfectly at the mint. Add in a rare die error, like a double die obverse, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, and now you've got a collector's dream. But be cautious, these are ultra-rare. Most coins don't even come close to this value unless they have those specific traits. Just to the right of Washington's ponytail. That means it was minted in Denver. Look for things like doubling in the words liberty, or in God we trust, or any signs of a misprint. The better the condition, the better the value. Use a magnifier to check for scratches or wear. Original mint luster means the coin hasn't been circulated much. If you suspect your coin might be valuable, don't clean it. That could destroy its value. Instead, get it appraised or graded by a professional like PCGS or NGC. 25 cents $2 to $5 $15 $30 100 to thousands perfect MS 68 with error. Up to $1.3 million at auction in 2023. A pristine 1984 D with a unique mint error sold for over $1 million because of its grade and rarity. Use PCGS or NGC, they're the gold standard. Clear, close-up images front and back. Try eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections. Local coin dealers can also give appraisals, but get a second opinion. Don't fall for pawn shops that offer pennies on the dollar. Know what your coin is worth first. So there you have it. The 1984 D Washington quarter could be worth a life-changing $1.3 million, but only if it's rare, flawless, and has the right error. Check your pocket change, your coin jar, and even grandpa's old. We're diving deep into the world of 1983 P Washington quarters. How to identify the valuable ones, what makes them special, and how to find out if yours is worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions. Let's go back to 1983. That year, the U.S. Mint produced over 673 million Washington quarters at the Philadelphia Mint. You'll recognize them by the small letter P on the front of the coin, right next to George Washington's ponytail. But here's the twist. 1983 was not a proof year for collectors. The Mint didn't release mint sets to the public, so the only way to get high-quality 1983 coins was to pull them out of circulation, which few people did. That means high-grade 1983 quarters are surprisingly scarce today. So, where does the $1.4 million number come from? Some headlines and online videos have claimed that a single 1983 P quarter sold for $1.4 million. And while there's some truth, the full story is more complicated. As of now, no regular 1983 P quarter has sold for $1.4 million at a verified auction. But ultra-rare varieties or mint errors, especially in pristine condition, graded MS 68 or higher, can command huge sums, tens of thousands or more. So while $1.4 million may be exaggerated or speculative, the potential value of the right 1983 P quarter is still very real. This is huge. A coin in circulated condition might be worth 25 cents, but a coin in mint state 67 or 68, with no wear, bright luster, and sharp details, can be worth hundreds to thousands. These are mistakes made during production and are very collectible. Look for things like where the date or letters look doubled. Part of the design is missing or shifted. Part of the coin is literally missing. Some 1983 P quarters have a strong reverse, sharper, clearer details that stand out from normal versions. These are highly sought after and can be worth hundreds of dollars or more, depending on grade. 25 cents to $2, $20 to $40, $300 to $500 plus over $2,000. Very rare $500 to $5,000 plus, depending on type and grade and if your coin has a truly unique or undiscovered variety. It could potentially fetch tens of thousands, but you'd need professional grading and expert appraisal. Want to find out if your coin is worth big money? Here's what to do. Use a magnifier. Check for mint mark, P, strong reverse details, and any signs of doubling or error. Look up completed sales on eBay, heritage auctions, or PCGS.com to compare photos and values. If it looks uncirculated or unique, consider sending it to a third-party grading company like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, sell via auction houses, coin shows, or certified dealers. Don't fall for scammy "we buy gold" stores. Cleaning can... We're diving deep into a fascinating story about a seemingly ordinary coin that could be hiding a fortune in your pocket. The 1966 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. Believe it or not, some of these coins are currently valued at a staggering $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. So if you've got old quarters lying around, you'll definitely want to stick around. Introduction to the 1966 Washington quarter. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been around since 1932, commemorating George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1966, quarters were still made from 90% silver. But something strange happened that year. Most coins from 1966 have a D or S mint mark, showing they were made in Denver or San Francisco. But some quarters from that year lack any mint mark at all, and that's where things get interesting. In 1965, the U.S. Mint stopped using mint marks on quarters, dimes, and half dollars to discourage coin collectors from hoarding coins during a coin shortage. So, all quarters in 1966 officially had no mint marks, but they still held their silver content. So, these 1966 no mint mark quarters should be common, right? Well, not quite. There's a rare version, an error coin, that was struck with different metal content or design quirks that make it extremely valuable. The 1966 no mint mark quarter error. What makes it worth $1.7 million? Here's where the plot thickens. Among the millions of 1966 quarters, a tiny number were accidentally struck with 90% silver instead of the official copper-nickel clad used that year. That mistake means these coins look like a regular 1966 quarter, but when tested, they have a high silver content, making them ultra-rare and incredibly valuable. One of these coins recently sold for over $1.7 million at auction. It must be a 1966 quarter without the D or S mint mark. The rare silver quarter weighs slightly less than the copper-nickel clad version. A precise scale is your best friend here. Sound test. Silver coins have a distinct ringing sound compared to the duller sound of clad coins when dropped gently on a hard surface. Most importantly, have the coin professionally graded and authenticated by experts like PCGS or NGC. Even a single gram difference can mean the difference between a few cents and millions of dollars. Market value and selling tips. Now let's talk money. If you do own this ultra-rare 1966 silver quarter, the current market value can be anywhere from hundreds of thousands to over $1.7 million, depending on condition and certification. A reputable grading certificate increases value dramatically. Coins of this caliber typically sell best through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Sotheby's. They might undervalue your treasure. If you plan to hold on to the coin, insure it properly. Final thoughts and call to action. So, what should you do if you find a 1966 quarter without a mint mark in your collection or your change? Don't overlook it. It could be your golden ticket. The 1966 no mint mark Washington quarter error, especially those with silver content, are rare gems worth up to $1.7 million today. If you think you've got one, start by getting it checked by a professional. And if you want to learn more about identifying valuable coins and making the most out of your finds, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Could the old change sitting in your drawer be worth a fortune? If you have a 1965 quarter, especially one with no mint mark, you'll want to watch this video very closely. One of these quarters recently made headlines with a staggering price tag of $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter worth 25 cents. Sold for over $1 million. Why 1965 quarters matter? Let's take a quick step back in time. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major change in the way coins were produced. Before that year, quarters were made of 90% silver. But due to rising silver prices, the mint switched to a copper-nickel clad composition. This transition period led to some very unusual errors, and that's where things get interesting. What makes the $1.6 million quarter so special? The 1965 quarter that sold for $1.6 million wasn't just any quarter. It was mistakenly struck on a 90% silver planchet, the blank disc used for earlier coins. These rare errors happened when leftover silver blanks from 1964 accidentally got mixed in with the new copper-nickel ones. The result? A 1965 quarter with the wrong metal composition. A collector's dream. Now, here's what to look for in your 1965 quarter to see if it's one of these valuable errors. All 1965 quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, so none will have a mint mark. This alone isn't rare. Use a digital scale. A regular 1965 clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver quarter weighs 6.25 grams. Silver coins make a higher pitched ringing sound when dropped lightly on a hard surface. Silver quarters don't have a copper stripe on the edge. Current market value breakdown. So, how much is a rare 1965 silver quarter worth? Face value or a few cents more, $50 to $500, $5,000 to $35,000. The one graded MS68 error on a silver planchet sold for $1.6 million at auction. It's not just about the year, condition, rarity, and grading make a massive difference. What to do if you think you have 1 inch, if you think you might have a valuable 1965 quarter. Here's what to do next. Use a precision digital scale. Cleaning coins can destroy their value. Use services like PCGS or NGC. Consult with a reputable coin dealer or auction house. They can guide you on how to sell or submit it for auction. Closing message: there are hidden treasures all around us. That jar of change in your kitchen could be holding something worth a small fortune. The 1965 quarter is proof of that. Keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your coins uncleaned. Like this video if you learned something new, comment if you have old coins you're curious about, subscribe for more hidden coin secrets and collector tips.